How nice to see you all here. I never know you're there unless you go hi or like or something. Always make sure to put a little comment.
Say they watch us, but they don't say anything.
Yes, they're invisible
in the chat box.
Maybe you haven't heard this one, folks. The joke about the guy looking for the parking space.
Oh, yeah. He's on his way to a meeting.
Yes.
And he's running late. And he's going round and round the block. This is in the city.
Mm-hmm.
He knows where he's going, but he can't find a parking spot.
Oh, my God.
He keeps having to circle the block, orbit the block, as they say. Finally, he starts to pray. Dear Lord, please find me a parking spot. I promise I'll tithe. I'll go to church on Sundays. I'll do community service. And all of a sudden, a spot opens up. And the guy goes, never mind, God, I found one.
How's that for ingratitude? Thank you, God, for parking spots.
Never mind, God, I found one.
Isn't that cute? That is really cute.
Well, you know, when it comes to the topic of God, it always reminds me of Murphy.
Oh, Murphy.
One of my favorite characters.
He is very fun. Murphy.
Remember the time as a kid, Murphy was, they were having a luncheon after Mass down in the church basement.
Oh, yes, they always do
and
that.
And he got to this long table of food. And at this end of the table was a big plate of apples.
Yeah.
But there was a note perched right there at the plate, said, take only one, God's watching. Murphy fills up his plate with dinner and various things and rolls, and he gets to the other end of the table, and there's a big plate of chocolate chip cookies with no sign on it absolutely whatsoever. So Murphy gets out his pen and paper and makes his own sign. Take as many as you want. God's watching the apples.
That's cute. Singing.
You got the rhythm, man, it's in your feet. I got the feeling you won't miss a beat. How about it? What I'm asking ain't no crime. How about it, baby? Why don't you give me some time? Time is music and it's what you make. You got to play it by ear. Think about it, you could take a break and spend a chunk of it here. Someday before your busy ship comes in, you gotta find a way to squeeze me in. How about it while you got me in my prime? Come on, baby, won't you give me some time? Give me some time, give me some time. Okay.
Woohoo! I like that. Oh, well, this was the first song I ever wrote. Don't let it hurry you, don't let it worry you, only if you must. Don't let it hurry you, don't let it worry you, only have some trust. Have a little faith in love, hold on to yourself. It's a little bit above everything or anyone else. It's the only thing that you have, you can call your own. So hold on to yourself and come home. And that was it.
Another hippie song.
That was a hippie song.
That's a second or third hippie song we've done tonight.
Yeah.
All right, let's do the night of hippie songs.
Okay, let's do it.
I'm going up country where the water tastes like wine. I'm going up country where the water tastes like wine. Gonna jump in the water, stay drunk all the time. Okay, and then if I was to do one that I actually know,
Yes. Yes.
almost any incredible string band song.
Really?
You get brighter every day, and every time I see you scatter brightness in your way, and you taught me how to love you. And I know you belong to everybody, but you can't deny that I'm you. I know you belong to everybody, but you can't deny that I'm you.
Wow, that's
In the morning when I wake, I moor my boat and greet you. Hold your brightness in my eye, and I wonder what does sleep do. For you get brighter every day, and every time I see you scatter brightness in your way, and you taught me how to love you. And I know you belong to everybody, but you can't deny that I'm you. I know you belong to everybody, but you can't deny that I'm you. On the fiddle.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
Light, light, oh wondrous light, 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 lighter. You give all your brightness away, and it only makes you brighter. For you get brighter every day, and every time I see you scatter brightness in your way, and you taught me how to love you. And I know you belong to everybody, but you can't deny that I'm you. I know you belong to everybody, but you can't deny that I'm you. That's enough of a guitar that's out of tune.
It's out of tune now, but that was so beautiful. I love that. This was the song just the Lord gave me. Here we go. Ready? at thy side. Oh, you are the one I love. You are the one I love. You are the one I It's not enough we should close our eyes only to see the darkened skies. Lord, help me to see the way in the things I do each day. Oh, you are the one I love. You are the one I love. You are the one I love. In thee there is no tired out, no fear of darkness in the night. In thee all things are full and bright, shining ever in thy light. Oh, you are the one I love. You are the one I love. You are the one I love. Thank you. That was so nice. I love the mandolin with that. Well, I'll sing one of mine. This
we might have to quit early to make up for starting late.
It's like daylight savings time. You know, what was that thing that the Cherokee or some kind of Native American, what was he said about daylight savings time?
Only the US government would think of making a blanket longer by cutting 1 foot off one end of it and sewing it back to the other end.
Isn't that terrific? I love that imagery. Yes, only the US
I don't know why
government.
we do it.
I don't
really
know
don't.
why. It's kind of
I mean,
silly.
it's okay. I don't think it bothers me too much.
Well,
now that
they
we're
said
retired, especially.
Yeah, but wasn't
But I don't know why. I don't understand why. Who does it benefit?
they wanted people to get up early or why don't you just follow the sun? So I don't know if this is going to be in your head. You see, every time I go like this, it covers your head, darling. And it makes me feel like I'm hurting you, even though I'm not. So I don't know. But if you want to play along with this, you can.
Let's see. Here we go. I need to see. Okay.
I want you to know how much you mean to me. To me. I love you so much more as each day comes to be. Comes to be. And as each year comes to pass, I feel our love will last. It will last. And reaching out will be a part of eternity. No one can give you happiness. No one can give you sorrow. Let me remind you of this, my friend. We can't count on tomorrow. Believe in what I say to you. There's only one thing you can do. Be happy now. Be happy now. Be happy now. Be happy Let me remind you of this, my friend. We can't count on tomorrow. Let me remind you of this, my friend. We can't count on tomorrow. Believe in what I say to you. There's only one thing you can do. Be happy now. Be happy now. Be happy now. Be happy
Well, let's hope that everybody gets to enjoy a moment called now. Let's try to enjoy this moment. It's the only one we got,
Well,
right?
okay, so you and I were talking about this just the other night.
Mm.
The only moment
Mhm.
of
really-
time that
Mhm.
is real
Mhm.
is right now.
That's right. That's right.
The past happened and it's
Mhm.
gone. The future hasn't come yet.
Mhm.
The
Mhm.
only moment of time that is real
Mhm.
is this moment.
That's right. And it's the only moment that we have. It's the only moment that we have,
It's the
right?
only moment we have.
That's right.
We don't have the past,
That's right.
except in our memories,
That's right. Boy.
which is not about tangibility.
And you can't,
we don't
yeah,
have the
you're right.
future
No tangibility.
except in our imaginations.
Mhm.
No tangibility.
Mhm.
Tangible right now.
That's right. In fact, I think that's the reason why the universe was set up this way. So we would finally just pay attention to right now instead of wandering all over the place. Because after a while you start realizing, oh my gosh, if I won't.
Yeah, I'm sure, really
Mhm.
highly motivated people
Yes,
are very in the here and now.
that's true. You have to be.
And I'm the type that, I kind of drift into the moment and then back out of it. And then I drift back into it. I'm a drifter.
Ooh, a daydreamer. We should do
I'm a daydreamer.
That's a good song. Daydreamer. That's what happens when you
In
don't have
the Enneagram, the
Yes.
system of personality types,
Mhm.
my type 9 with a 1 wing is called the dreamer.
Yes, that's why you dream up all those great songs.
It's actually recognized.
Yes.
And another person of my type, 9 with a 1 wing,
Yes.
Abraham Lincoln. And it's funny how that connects because in 6th grade, Sister Mercia,
Yeah.
took me out of class one day, out into the hallway, closed the classroom door,
Uh-oh.
and folded her arms and looked at me very concerned. Abraham Lincoln was a great dreamer too, but he knew how to knuckle down and apply himself.
Oh no.
By the time she was done with me, I was in tears.
Oh God.
I felt like such a disappointment.
And Abraham Lincoln was your favorite president of all time, and it must have hurt bad.
Not only is Abraham Lincoln my favorite president of all
Mhm.
time, he might be my favorite person
Person.
of history of all
Mhm.
time.
Yes. Him and Jesus right up there. And then Yogananda.
Well, Jesus
knows.
was pretty awesome too. All right, it's a toss-up. Abraham Lincoln, Jesus. Abraham didn't start a religion.
No,
Well, come
he
to
didn't.
think of it, Jesus didn't either.
Jesus didn't either. I mean, he didn't call himself a Christian. He just said, I and my father are one. That's all he said.
I guess what I was saying is they
Yes.
didn't start a religion after Abraham.
No, they didn't. Okay.
Daydreamer, where do you go? Daydreaming with nothing to show but daydreams when the day is done. Daydreamer, they tell you beware. Daydreaming will get you nowhere. Daydreams are not for everyone. They try to shake you from your fantasies. Don't like imaginary things, but don't come down to their reality. They only really want to clip your wings. Daydreamer, your head's in the clouds. Daydreaming, alone in a crowd. Daydreams as they come rolling by. Daydreamer, now don't you feel bad? Daydreams are something you have. Someday you'll catch one and you'll fly. house. You pick the scent up on some trail. Your body's here, your mind is somewhere else. And it's this close, I swear, to holy grail. Daydreamer, you're at it again. Daydreaming, and when will it end? Daydream is what you're born to do. Daydreamer, imagining things. Daydreaming is thinking of wings. Keep dreaming, someday come true. Keep dreaming until one comes through. That felt good, thank you.
Oh, that was beautiful. I love that song.
I hope
That is
everybody out
so
there liked it.
beautiful. Thank you so much, everybody. Oh, daydreams are the best. That's what Niall says. I think that it must be that when you're daydreaming, you're going into your alpha state. You know, they talk about the different states of your brain.
Well, smarter people than I have figured that out.
Well, I just read about it, but
I kind of only have one state.
thank you. Yes. Well,
Well, two
It's-
states. I have two states. Either I'm awake or I'm asleep.
how about it's either California or Connecticut?
Oh, those kind of states.
Yes, that's right. Well, the fun thing about the alpha brain state, they were talking, I was listening to this thing about it, and they say that when you're when you're a little tiny child, your brain waves are in the theta brainwave state, where you're just like absorbing everything and you're just taking it all in, you know, and so you're not judging or analyzing at all.
Yeah.
But then when you get to be,
That's
And-
where little Stella was the day she inspired me to start writing this song.
that's right. But then when people are like, oh, got to get things done, and they're all in their adult state where they're, you know, analyzing and they have to pay this much here, have to get there by 1 o'clock. What do I do? Da, 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 and they get all this in this nervous, organized kind of state. That's our beta state. And that's the state most of our brains are in when we're in our day-to-day doing things. And it's not much fun. But when you're in their theta, not theta, alpha, when you're in the alpha state, it's like above, where you're like going, oh, kind of like being a little
That's where
kid
you're
again.
highly motivated and
No, that's when
you're
you're
going after,
dreaming.
you're achieving. What?
That's when you're dreaming.
Oh, dreaming.
Yes.
Oh,
And if you can dream in the daytime and find that place of like universal like potentiality, oh well, I'm going on too
I
much.
do.
Yes, you do. That's how you get all these songs. You know, you sort of pull them out of your alpha brain or something.
Do you feel like singing one of your big six
Oh,
numbers?
okay, my big six.
Ruth
I
has
hope it sure gets up to
six big
7 one
numbers.
day. Oh, please. I wish you would
Well,
limit
we
me
have,
to 6.
well, the 6 big numbers. Okay. Oh, she has other
Okay,
big numbers.
No, but
But I'm talking about the 6 big ones
limit them.
that we do with me playing
The 6
and
ones
you
we
singing.
have so far. Okay, let's 6 so far. Okay, let's say that so far.
Let's review them.
Otherwise,
There's Once Upon a
Oh,
Time.
Okay,
There's From a Distance.
let's do Once Upon a
There's
Time.
Maybe.
Okay, let's do Once
There's
Upon a Time.
Rainbow Connection. There's
Well, let's do Once Upon a Time.
Walking in the Air.
Okay, all right, all right. I love all those songs. It's just
Which one do you want to do?
Once Upon a Time.
Once Upon a Time.
I love that song. Here we go. Once upon a time, a boy with moonlight in his eyes took his hand in mine and said he loved me so. But that was once upon a time, many years ago.
Once upon a hill, we stood beneath a willow tree, counting all the stars and waiting for the dawn. But that was once upon a time. Now the tree is gone. How the breeze rustled through his hair. How we always laughed as though tomorrow wasn't there. We were young and didn't have a care. Where did it go? Once upon a time, the world was sweeter than we knew. Everything was ours. How happy we were then. But somehow, once upon a time, never comes again. Once upon a time. Thank you.
Nice job, sweetie.
Thank you.
Sounds
You did a
okay.
great job too. Wow, its time keeps. What do they? Oh, I like Niall's saying. She says,
Oh, she sent an hourglass.
Yeah,
True. Time.
and you know what? I love Niall's, one of the Niall's favorite sayings, at least it was one of my favorite sayings. She said, we're all circling the drain.
We're circling the drain. At our age. Well, she told me that 10 years ago. You're circling the drain, Jim.
Well, I don't mind circling the drain as long as I get a few more times around.
I'll say there's been a few
Yes.
circles, so
Yes. Ooh.
can't complain too much.
Have you got something you want to read for
Well,
us?
it did rain here,
Mhm.
and it's funny. When it rains here, it's not what you'd call rain in other places. It's what we call rain here in Southern California, Inland Empire. You see, there are drops, so it's not mist, and it's not a sprinkle. Maybe it's a sprinkle because you can see the raindrops falling and hitting the ground, but there's so big a space between them, you can almost count the raindrops.
Yeah, that's true.
So anyway, it's a rare occurrence when it does rain. And because of that, I wrote this complaint. If only it would rain. Moving here to Southern California, the Inland Empire is my new domain. The climate's kind of nice. It might be paradise or something close. If only it would rain. We're not that far from places like Death Valley, where daily temperatures can melt your brain. A rainy day suggestion is just out of the question. There's no such thing. If only it would rain. The sky is duty bound to bring us moisture. When it does not, how can I not complain? Some call this climate perfect. To me, the sky is derelict. It wouldn't be if only it would rain. Once or twice a year, the clouds will darken, look as if they might just up and burst. Then lazily they scatter, produce no pitter-patter, but teensy-weensy droplets fall to earth. They promise rain, but really don't deliver. They might turn gray just every now and then, but clouds here do not rumble so much as they just grumble. And subtle drops of spit might reach your skin. It isn't what you'd even call a sprinkle. The local yokels might. I wouldn't dare. It might be rain, and yet it's not exactly wet. More like tiny dewdrops in the air. Day after day, the weatherman is boring. He sings the same old tedious refrain. He'd be a useful sort if he had news to report. He doesn't. If only it would rain. The ocean's only 50 miles away now. I measured it. It's exactly 50 miles.
Wow.
The ocean's only 50 miles away now. The rainfall there is now and then, at least. I'd do a native dance if I thought there was a chance of drawing shoreline weather this far east. Actually, it's terribly depressing. Forecasts and projections are mundane. People born and raised in this climate are not fazed. They do not think, if only it would rain. Coming from a Northeast coastal region, I'm used to almanac and weather vane, but these things have no meaning where the hot sun's always beating. I wouldn't gripe. If only it would rain. Others have excess precipitation. They ought to share some with our dry terrain, because here the heartless skies, sir, are stingy as a miser. Can't help but dream, if only it would rain. I'm used to hats, galoshes, and umbrellas. My hopes for April showers dashed again. So while adapting to, sir, these endless skies of blue, sir, I pray to God, if only it would rain.
Oh, that's beautiful. If we could do this, and we'll sing it together in a harmony, because
What, right now?
Yes, it's our last song, Walking in the Rain. It's all about the rain. It's such a
Okay.
nice song. I love this song.
Is that you?
Part, yeah.
I'm walking in the rain. I'm talking to myself. I'm doing it again. It never seems to help. People staring at me on the avenue, crazy for loving you. I'm out here on the street, don't wanna go back in. I know when I am beat, I'll never smile again. I try to laugh it off, but I am too crazy for loving you. In my heart, I'm trying to come clean. Both of us said things we didn't mean. When we fight, I know it hurts you too. I wouldn't be this way if not for you.
Excuses.
People ask me why I don't just stop and go. I tell them every time it's 'cause I love your show. I should be locked away. What can I do? Crazy for loving you. I just really wish we wouldn't fight. When it's good, it feels completely right. People say I ought to leave you flat. I know I'm not as crazy as all that. Something's gotta give. I'm working on a plan. I have to rearrange if I want to be your man. I'm willing to do anything I've gotta do. Crazy for loving you.
Well,
Now,
I
isn't
should,
that a good song? I love that.
I should
song.
point out,
Yes,
I didn't write this about you and me.
I know, yeah.
I wrote this as a sympathy song for
Yes.
Michael,
Oh,
a friend of ours.
An
And,
unnamed friend of ours.
And then I decided, it was too good a song to leave like that. So I rewrote the
For-
set of lyrics
Yes,
called Thank You for Loving Me.
oh, thank you. And it's in the other book.
We'll do it next week.
Okay, we'll do Thank You for Loving Me in another book. Oh, that's great. You are welcome, Brian. Brian said thank you. And also Niall.
Brian, we have to
Thank
get
you,
together and
Niall.
work out some new material.
That's so
We will
great.
have you down
Thank
here
you.
next
And
week.
thank you, Diana. Thank you. And thank you, everybody who
Thank
didn't
everybody
identify
for
themselves,
coming
but
to
came
join
to
us.
watch. Thank you so much for doing that.
Yes.
So, well, we love you. And
And happy April.
yes. And hopefully April showers will bring May flowers. So I'll see you next week.
Keep your fingers crossed and meditate.